Hi everyone, welcome to Bonnie Book Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the book Not Here to Be Liked. Okay, so the main character in Not Here to Be Liked is Eliza. She is a high school student and she is running to be the editor-in-chief of her school's newspaper. She has quite a cold personality. She's quite critical and she isn't friendly to a lot of people. She comes across as very harsh, and she isn't what you would call a social butterfly. Okay, so the side characters in this book, the first one is Len. He is the romantic interest in this book. He is a very outgoing and popular person. He is an ex-baseball star, so everyone in the school knows him and everyone in the school likes him. He's a really great character. He's funny, he's sarcastic, and he's super smart. Next we have Winona, who is Eliza's best friend and her only friend, really. She's a very creative and artistic kind of person. She's super into making films, short films. It's her passion and she loves doing it. She's quite a bossy person and she definitely has very strong and fully formed opinions about most topics that her and Eliza discuss, and she doesn't like to change her mind about things or break promises. And finally, we have Serena, who is the popular girl at their high school, and as the book goes on, her and Eliza actually become friends, which is quite an unexpected friendship, but it works really well. She is super bubbly and very over-the-top, loud and out there, but she's really nice and quite a generous and kind person when you actually get to know her. So Not Here to Be Liked is about Eliza, and she is running for editor-in-chief of her school newspaper. She's been working towards this position for years, and she is fully confident in herself and that she will get it, mainly because she is the only person running for this position, which means that even if people don't like her very much, they still have to vote for her. And then, the night before the election, James, the current editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, texts her and tells her that the new kid at the paper, who doesn't have nearly as many credentials as she does or nearly as much experience as she does, has decided to put his name in the running. And this makes Eliza very nervous because she knows that not that many people like her, but that a lot of people like Len. So, on the day of the election, she goes in and she makes her speech, and she's confident that her credentials and her past experience at the newspaper will hopefully make people vote for her over Len. But unfortunately, when the results come back, Len has won and Eliza has lost. When everyone's congratulating Len for how well he did and how amazing it is that he got this position, Eliza decides to go into the Bugle's computer and write a manifesto about how sexist and misogynistic the Bugle is, considering that a male who had basically zero credentials and zero experience got the position over a female who had all the credentials and all the experience she could get. Eliza does not mean for this to get read by anyone but herself, but unfortunately the next day when she walks into the Bugle, it's on the front page of the newspaper. It has been published and the entire school has read it. It's all over social media, and suddenly it sparks conversations and debates between students on whether or not this is true or whether she's just being a sore loser. Eventually, she builds a following behind her and slowly gathers a huge amount of people to do a walkout protesting Len getting that position, and basically the whole idea that the school is sexist as there haven't been many female class presidents, female editors of the newspaper, and everyone in the school kind of comes together to protest against this. And unfortunately for Eliza, she realizes that she has developed feelings for Len, who is the person she is fighting so hard to get kicked out of the position of editor-in-chief. And unfortunately, I can't really say much more about this plot because it would spoil the rest of the amazing book for you. But if that does sound interesting to you guys, please, please, please pick this up because I promise it just gets more entertaining from there. So I would say that this book is probably 13 to 14 plus, depending on what your parents are comfortable with you guys reading. There's nothing that intense in it. There are a couple of kissing scenes, but it's a romance book, so that is to be expected. But it's very, very mild. Nothing really inappropriate happens at all in this book. The thing I would say about it is that this book is about females coming together. It's about sexism, and they're plotting the end of the patriarchy. So if your parents don't want you reading this, or if you're uncomfortable reading this, is definitely not the book for you. But otherwise, it is a really awesome read, and I think it's pretty appropriate for 13 to 14-year-olds. I would give the book Not Here to Be Liked a solid 9 out of 10 stars. This book was absolutely amazing. It was highly entertaining. I loved the characters, I loved the storyline, and I think you guys really will too. Remember, get geeky and start reading. I'll see you next time.